From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. With little over 3 weeks to go in the federal election, the federal party leaders are dispersing among the provinces for the second full weekend of the campaign. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is in BC, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is in Atlantic Canada, and Liberal leader Mark Carney is in Ontario. Canadians are getting out to vote on April 28th. Current polls indicate the Liberals are leading Conservatives in Canadians' voting intentions. Ontario Premier Doug Ford says Hydro One crews are working with teams across the province and Canada to get people's power restored following intense spring storms that brought freezing rain and power outages. Hydro One says just under 107,000 customers are still without power as of Saturday morning, after two back-to-back ice storms caused severe damage in cities like Aurelia. Restoration efforts are expected to last throughout the week, but officials say it could take longer in some rural areas. Alongside a dramatic market sell-off driven by tariff fears and recession, oil prices fell sharply.
West Texas Intermediate crude is the key U.S. benchmark. It recovered some ground in the afternoon, but was down nearly $5 at Friday's closing bell to $61.99 U.S. per barrel. ATB Financial Chief Economist Mark Parsons says companies in Canada's oil patch are in wait-and-see mode.
And if these low oil prices persist, you might be shaving something off your capital expenditure guidance for the year.
The falling oil price is expected to trickle down to the price drivers pay at the gas pumps. Jason White, The Canadian Press.
California businesses, large and small, are reacting to Donald Trump's sweeping trade tariffs around the globe. From steel to furniture, some companies that don't rely on imported goods and materials say they could be better positioned for what's next. California sofa owner Chris Michna says he's in a good position to beat the tariffs with a factory in Los Angeles.
I would imagine that we're going to become more competitive in that sense in terms of price, and certainly deliverability in terms of time.
According to Governor Gavin Newsom's office, the state will seek new strategic trade relationships with key partners, including Canada, Mexico, and China, since over 40% of the imports for the state come from those three countries. Medical recruiters in Canada say there's been a surge of interest from American doctors who are considering a move to the north following the election of U.S. President Donald Trump in November. Nova Scotia Health Physician Recruitment Director Katrina Philopoulos says 27 American doctors are in serious negotiations to move. She says talks have resulted in one person being hired and a second expected to move to the province next year. Manitoba's health minister says the province's recruiters are talking to roughly 12 American physicians and close to 50 nurses. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Alex Ovechkin had a night to remember. The Washington Capitals captain scored twice, with Wayne Gretzky in the building to tie the Great One's record of 894 NHL goals during a 5-3 win over the Chicago Blackhawks. A decisive victory for Canada's women's soccer team. The home side blanked Argentina 3-0 in a friendly at BC Place. Head coach Casey Stoney says it was a great result, but the team is still a work in progress.
Yeah, I think we always have to be obviously happy when we've won and celebrate the wins. I think there's still lots of work for us to do.
Canada and Argentina will meet again on Tuesday for a friendly in Langford, BC. And Canada's Brad Jacobs wrapped up round-robin play with an 8-3 win over American Corey Dropkin. Canada finished with an 11-1 record at the Men's World Curling Championships, and Jacob and his Calgary-based team clinched the top seed in a direct bye to Saturday's semi-final. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.